What is the movie you get the most that people say they love the most of your when they stop you or they meet you? Say, I love this movie. Is it
really
the Terminator?
It depends of where I go.
Okay.
You know, I could go to some place, and people will say, "I love Kindergarten Cop.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite movie." Others will say they like Twins with Danny DeVito and those. And then, of course, a lot of people say, you know, Terminator 1, Terminator 2. Some of them say Predator. So it really depends. That's why I always have a difficult time when people say, what was your favorite movie you've ever done?
Oh, sure.
How do you pick that?
No, I wouldn't.
Between Twins and Terminator 2 and Predator and True Lies and all of those movies. I mean, it's crazy. So I just tell them, I said, look, there are movies that have been highly successful because of their success in the box office. And then there's movies that maybe were not as successful, but I had the greatest time doing them. You know, so it really depends on which way you look at it. What is my favorite?
Well, you named a bunch of movies, but not my favorite of yours. The Running Man.
The Running Man
is my favorite movie of yours.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know how, is that a rarity that you get that, or you get that a lot? Or
Yeah, but I mean, because The Running Man, there used to be a time where people said to me, The Running Man is my favorite, but then it was outdone clearly with Terminator 2 and with True Lies and those movies. So, but in any case, I'm happy because now I've heard that they want to do a remake of Running Man. That's what I've heard. I've read that, yes. And so we will see what happens.
Do you have the unitard to still, the Richards unitard to still wear it right now?
I would not be playing that same character.
Okay.
But I mean, nor am I interested in being in it.
Okay. I mean, but you give your blessing to the remake.
They can do whatever they want.
Okay, very good.
It's their project.
So I just love the movie. I thought it was, I've seen it a million times over. And, you know, me being an NFL guy, do you have a Jim Brown story from the shoot at all?
Well, Jim Brown was fantastic on the set. And when he did the fight scenes and all that stuff, he didn't need any stunt people to double him.
I mean, he's like Dirty Dozen. Come on now, right? I mean, he's Jim Brown.
He's it.
Right.
I mean, the man is made out of steel.
No, he did not use a stunt double in The Running Man.
No. I mean, he just was doing the fight scenes. He was threw himself around, and he was, you know, he's an extraordinary athlete, as you know.
Sure.
And so I think that's the advantage. But the same is also true, like with guys like Wilt Chamberlain. When I did Conan #2 with him,
that's right.
There was no stunt guy. He was 7'2". I mean, it's crazy. And there were no stunt guys for me either, because no one at that point, at that time, was that muscular. Now, of course, there is a lot of stunt people that are very muscular, and there's a lot of actors that are very muscular. So this whole thing caught really on, and everyone now is working out. But in those days, this was a rarity.
Yeah, and then put up the photograph, Mike Hoskins. Let's just check this one out, too. I mean, look at that picture.
Yeah, so this is
Andre the Giant, you and Wilt Chamberlain.
I mean, look at it. I weighed 200. I weighed at that point 235 pounds, but it looked like a midget. I looked like the Danny DeVito amongst those guys. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was Andre like?
Andre the Giant, he was there wrestling.
Yeah.
So he was in Mexico City. We were filming in Mexico City.
Yeah.
And so he was wrestling. And so Wilt and I would go to his wrestling matches.
Look at that.
Yeah. So we would go to his wrestling matches. And then after that, Andre would take me out for dinner. And he would take me to this spectacular Mexican restaurant, and we had a wonderful, meal. And then afterwards, I pulled up my wallet and I wanted to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, no, I pay. So I said, no, Andre, I mean, look, this is so unbelievable that you got me in to see you wrestle. You got us the front row seats and everything like that. So let me do my share. I'm paying. He says, no, I pay. I said, no, I'm insisting. He grabs me like this, and he lifts me up like a little kid, and he puts me on top of a cabinet of some credenza up there, and I'm sitting up there, and he then goes and pays the bill. I mean, it's like...
He's put you on a shelf like an elf?
Exactly. It was absolutely hilarious, I tell you that. But I mean, it shows you, his hands were just... like 3 times the size of my hands, and he just grabbed me like nothing. And just while he was talking, he was lifting me up. So this was a really, really powerful guy.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.